Hey everybody, welcome to Trucking Topics Today. Today I'm going to tell you how much I spent to start my trucking company. Was it too little? Was it too much? Roll it. Hey everybody, welcome back. If you are new to the channel, if this is the first time we're meeting, my name is Tony and I am the host here on Trucking Topics Today. If you love everything trucking, you are in the right place right now. Please consider supporting our channel by subscribing. Doesn't cost a thing to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell while you're at it so that you can be made aware of future video drops. As I mentioned, I wanted to talk to you today about starting your trucking business and how much money you can probably look at spending to do that. It really doesn't take a whole lot of money to start a trucking business. It does take some knowledge. If you've never been in the business before and you think it's a good business model and you're going to go out and buy a truck and maybe hire a driver, you might be doing yourself a disservice. And so rather than me trying to guess at what costs are, I have a list. It might be missing one or two items, but if it is, they're small items. But I have a list of exactly what I paid. And let me get into that right now. Okay, so the first thing is my business structure. So I decided that I wanted to be a single member LLC. I decided that I didn't want to do that in California because it was going to cost me $800 a year just to have the privilege of having an LLC in California. So I was based out of Utah. So I started my single member LLC for $70 and I did it myself online. Very easy. The second thing is your FMCSA registration. This is where you go online or you can have somebody do it for you, but the fee is $300 for the application and for them to give you your DOT and MC numbers. Now, other companies, for instance, we charge $399 to do this for you. And by the way, if you go to truckingtopicsvip.com, there you have our consultation services and you have some services such as this and IFTA services and so forth that we will provide for you if you so wish. And also you can become a VIP there on that site and there's all kinds of benefits associated with that. So check that out. So we charge $399, but $300 of that is your fee that you're going to pay anyway, whether you do it yourself or you pay someone else to do it. So it's only another $99 and we take care of it for you. So that was $300. Did it myself. That took me about 45 minutes, I think. And then even still, I did a couple of things wrong, but I went back in over one or two extra times, I think, at least two times. Over the next few weeks, I went in and made some little changes that were brought to my attention. So, but it didn't delay my processing at all. I was processed right on the day that it was supposed to be, or authorized, I should say. All right. Then we look at an item called a BOC3. Now, I only paid $25 for this. I put down $30 here because that seems to be pretty much the going rate, but you're going to find anything from $25 up to $100 for filing of a BOC3. And the best thing to do is once you get registered on the FMCSA website, you're going to start getting phone calls. Whatever phone number you put there, I'm telling you, you're going to start getting phone calls, and they're almost going to be immediate. And you're also going to be getting mailers and stuff in the mail and advertisements and people wanting to do business with you. And one of them is a BOC3. A couple of BOC3 companies come through. One of them is the cheapest. It's $25, or you can go online and check that out, okay? If you don't know what a BOC3 is, You have to have a representative in every state that you're going to operate in, so that that person or company can call you in case you are sued. So if I'm out of Utah, right, and I get into an accident or I have some kind of an incident in North Carolina, I have to have a representative in North Carolina to be able to contact me and let me know what's going on. That's called the BOC3 filing. And that has to be on your FMCSA file before your authority is granted, okay? Next was my truck. Now here's where you're going to have a lot of variation. Up to this point, it's pretty straightforward. But the truck, that's going to come down to so many things. Do you have one already? Are you going to buy new? Are you going to buy used? Are you going to get it financed? Are you going to lease it? What are your arrangements for your truck? Your credit's going to play a part. How much money you have to put down on a truck is going to play a part. I will tell you how I got mine and exactly what I spent to turn the wheels, okay? I leased my truck. It was a 2013 Cascadia 13 speed. And I had to put down $2,750 to turn the wheel on that. And then my monthly payments were like $1,375, but we're just talking about startup costs right now, okay? So $2,750 is what I had to come out of pocket for the truck. Next was insurance. Insurance, you're going to have, I'm going to say on the very low side, at least a $3,000 down payment, and you can have up to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 down payment. It just depends on your background, okay, and what the insurance company pulls up on you. I had to put down $3,200, and then I had 9 payments of it was like 13 or 1250. I think it was 1250. Okay, then it's your IRP, your plates, right? So that, again, depends on what state you're in, pretty much. You do that through your local Department of Motor Vehicles. Mine were $1,400. IFTA, there's no really, I don't believe there was a cost for IFTA. I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure there wasn't a cost, but I had to pay for stickers. I think they were $2.50 a piece or something. So I put $5 down for IFTA. UCR fees, Unified Carrier Registration. If you don't know what these are, all of these fees go to the kind people that are manning the scale houses, or at least that service. UCR fees are a way of financing the roadside inspections and safety and so forth of commercial motor vehicles. It depends on how many trucks you have as to what that cost is. Most of us who are just buying our first truck will only have one truck, but if you have 1 to 3 trucks, then you have a flat fee every year of $62. So that's what I put here. Like I said, I only had 1 truck, but if I had 3, it would still be $62, and then it goes up from there. All right, and then we have what's called a 2290. You're going to hear a lot about this 2290. You're going to have it for several things, and that is a heavy highway use tax. It is a flat fee for everybody of $550 per year per truck, okay? And you pay this in several different ways. You can do it yourself. You can have a service do it for you. And then once it's paid, the IRS will send you a stamped copy back, letting you know that it has been paid, and that's what you will be showing different entities and so forth that may ask for it. All right, my decals for the side of the truck for my company name, I got a really good deal, man. I got like 6 sets for $75, but that is unusual, okay? But I'm just telling you what I paid here. So $75 for decals for the side of the truck. When I got the truck, I had some inspections done. So I did a DOT inspection that cost me $50. I did an oil sample that cost me $25. Now let me tell you something about the oil sample. Do one anyway, even if they just change the oil, do one anyway, because you ran the motor a little bit to get to wherever you're having the oil sample done. And really at that point, all you're looking for is just to make sure there's no coolant in the oil or anything really bad. It's really not a good oil sample, all right? You need oil that has some miles on it so that they can take a look at all of the deposits in the oil, all of the metals and so forth. But I went ahead and had one done even though I knew it wasn't going to tell me too much because I just wanted to make sure there wasn't coolant in the oil. And that was $25. And then I went ahead and did a dyno on my truck. I think the dyno was $75. That's what I put here. It might have been $1.25. It was one or the other. I put down $75 to get the dyno done. Now, something you need to know about dynos, they're only good on the day you do them, okay? I mean, you get your dyno done, you leave the shop, and any number of things can happen, right? But at least you know that right then and there, everything was fine with the dyno. ELD. So my ELD was $850. I went with Omnitrax. I have this thing of always wanting like the best, okay? You know, what is that beer champagne taste on a beer budget? Yeah, that's me. So my ELD was $850 as I went with Omnitrax. It was a unit I'm very familiar with and very happy with, and I loved the back office on that. But you guys can get Keep Truckin', which if I were ever to get another truck, I'm not going to get another Omnitrax unit. You know, I have a little bit more sense now. I had more money back then, I guess. I will get a Keep Truckin' unit. Fantastic reputation. I've heard very few complaints, and I think it's $100. $125 or something for the unit. Sometimes they're running specials. You can get the unit for free. And then of course, you have your monthly of $20 to $30 or whatever it is you want. GPS. I spent $375 for my GPS. It was off of eBay. It was the Rand McNally T&D 760, 780, something like that. God, forgot. But I spent $375 for it, got it on eBay. All right, so also you have a responsibility to belong to a drug consortium. Your company needs to belong to a drug consortium. So you have, now I went with OOIDA on this. They were a little bit more expensive. I could have gotten it cheaper. Yes, I could have gotten it cheaper. That ain't no lie, but not a whole lot cheaper. But I went through OOIDA. It was an easy setup. It was $375 to start, and that included my drug test, because you have to take a drug test first, right? And then it included the drug test and something else. Oh, supervisor training. You have to take supervisor training. It's a video course. You do it online, and you take a test afterwards, and so $375 for the drug consortium. I went through OOIDA. And then when I got the truck, of course, I might have had a half of a gallon of fuel rolling around in the bottom of the tanks. So I filled my truck up. That was $350. Let's see. And so those are the out-of-pocket expenses. Now, that comes to, and let me just, bear with me. I'm just going to run through this real quick, okay? Business structure. FMCSA registration, my BOC3, the truck, insurance, plates, IFTA, UCR, 2290, decals, DOT inspection, dyno, oil sample, my ELD, my GPS, my drug consortium, and the fuel. That comes to $10,542, and this is money that you spend before you even turn a wheel, okay? And then once you start turning a wheel, there is, we're not even going there. That's another video, okay? So, but what I had was an extra $10,000 just sitting there in case I needed to tap into it before I started bringing in money. Now, back in the day, you guys, you needed more money than that probably sitting around because it took you 6 weeks to get paid, okay, on your loads, or 8 weeks. That ain't like that anymore. You can go out and run a trip with Amazon and be paid within 10 days, or go out and run a trip with Convoy especially and be paid within 48 hours. So I figured that this $10,000 buffer would be good to get me through the whatever little maintenance issue I may have, or hopefully little, right? Or maybe a bill that's going to pop up that I don't know about. And it was enough. It was enough for me. I had a good truck. So this is what it cost for me to start my trucking company. I don't know if anyone else is talking about how much it cost them to get into business, but $10,542 is a small investment, I think, for the return. But then again, I had that other $10,000 sitting around, so really it was $20,542 that I had just to get me going. Okay, I hope you guys got something out of this. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. If you get any value out of it, can you give me a thumbs up? All right. I've got some IFTA videos coming out in the next week. All right. And if you have any ideas for a video that you would like me to do, would you put them down in the comments below? And hey, tell me you were here. Just put a comment down there for me. Any suggestions, anything. Let's have a conversation, you guys. All right. We're done. You all have a great evening. I appreciate your time. Please, please be safe out there.